Hello everyone. Few days back I uploaded a video describing about my niche blogging journey in 2020. Some of the subscribers requested me to also talk about some of my mistakes. In other words, things that I would have done better. So I felt that's very good input and also will bring lot of value because you some of you, if you are starting your journey now, you can consider those things and make your journey more cautious and avoid those mistakes. In other words, basically, uh, some of the things that I would have done better. Let me rephrase it like that. So I took some time to recollect all the things. So there are about nine different items that I could think of, which I would have done better, or else if I am starting blogging now, I will do it better, or areas to improve. So let me take you through all those points. So number one is keyword research. So what I used to do in the initial days is I used to go by the tool output blindly. If you watch my some of my niche analysis videos, I normally heavily use Ahrefs and apply those filters like a difficulty less than 20 and volume sometimes 300, sometimes 500, and sometimes even 100 also. So the tool gives a list of keywords. So in the earlier days, I used to pick up all those keywords and just and give it to the writers to write the content, and then I used to go and publish. So the belief at that time was that most all these the keywords that's been given provided by this tool outcome is almost correct, and I need not to do any further analysis. This will automatically rank. But later point of time, I realized it's not true. Every tool gives different data, and also most of the times we also found that though difficulty is shown less, not necessarily the top results are of the low domain authority. So then slowly I learned those things. And if you watch my video on Android keyword analysis, if you have not watched it, please go and watch it. That is one of the best videos to understand the keyword analysis. I started doing practicing that particular process where it's a mix of both tool output as well as the manual process. So I pick all the keywords from tool and then do one after other, check all the top 10 or 20 results to see if there is still opportunity for the new site to perform. That started giving the much better results and also makes sense also. So that's now the latest practice that I am following. But earlier I used to just go by the keyword output from the tool, which was one of the mistake from my side. That's the first one. So next point is lack of planning. So I used to be very ad hoc. I was not planning well ahead. What should I do for this month, next month, or upcoming month? Sometimes when I'm on flow, I used to just pick up a bunch of keywords and get the content written. Sometimes when I am not busy with other stuff, I used to publish only very less number of articles, and also no planning as such. So how many total number of articles I need to publish, and what should be the interval, and how frequently I need to publish, what is the plan for next 3 months, 6 months, nothing used to be there. So that overall, if you see the trend of the website, the growth of website also will get affected because of that. So that's visible to me. But now I started doing some planning for the new websites. I have a list of already the keywords shortlisted, and then I'm at high level, I'm thinking what I want to do in next 3 months, 6 months, something like that. This is one area which will help immensely if you are serious about blogging. The third point is the content quality. So this is still a problem now. Even today, I don't think I'm able to basically get the best content. And earlier days, it used to be pathetic, really, because I used to predominantly used to get the content written by either low cost writers or college interns, and the quality levels used to be very very bad. Other thing here is this is basically something related to the costing. So you will have to pay high amounts to the writers if you really need to get the consistently high quality content. Once in a while, you may get some writer who also delivers for the low price, also high content for low price also, but it won't happen every other day. So in general, if you want, if you are looking for high quality content, you will have to spend enough effort first to identify those writers, and also to you need to pay them well. So if we are on tight on budget, then this is one area where we do not have any option than compromising a little bit. So it used to be extremely bad in the initial days. Now reasonably good, but still a long way to go. So the fourth point is quantity. So another aspect is, we also need to publish as many articles as possible. There is, though we are so concerned, so focused on the quality, but quantity also matters in the blogging. If whatever you do, whatever analysis you do, at the end of day, if you look at on an average for any blogger, very very rarely you will see that all 100% of blogs performing high. It normally will be about a 20 to 30% of blocks really outperform, and about maybe 40 to 50% average, about another 30 to 40%, 20 to 30% will not perform at all. This is the typical trend. There will always be some exceptions, but we can't consider exceptions and start our journey. So we should go by average rule. So in an average rule, so only about maybe a 30 to 40% your blocks will really perform well. Considering that, if you publish about, let's say, 100 articles, then you can expect, you can see that about 30 articles performing well. So if you publish about 300 articles, you will see about 90 to 100 articles performing well. No alternate here. You need to basically keep identifying more and more topics, and you should keep publishing more content. So minimum 100, I always say that for any blog you should think about, plan about, more is always good. And initially, if you see my blogging journey also, in first entire year I published about only 45, 48 or 50 articles, less than 50. Very low, considering the kind of a niche, and also considering basically the journey of other bloggers. That's one of the reason why, in spite of 2 years of journey, my main blog is still about 800, 700, $800. It would have been much more had I focused on quantity in addition to quality. Okay, so that's the fourth point. Then fifth one is product selection. So I made another video sometime back, few months back, about just talking about three main issues that I already identified at that time. One of it was the product selection. So basically, if your site is heavily focused on Amazon affiliate or any other affiliate, please do pay attention on the product selection, because if the product cost is about, let's say, $10, $20, with a 3% commission, you get about a 3 cents. So you need to really sell about thousands of products really to make a lot of money. But if a product cost that you selected is about 100, $200, then you get a decent money even for the few lesser purchases. So I did not pay any attention towards it in the beginning. I also mentioned this in that video, so I don't want to go in length about this topic. There are 3 points I mentioned in that video. Please go and check it out that. But if you are any blogger, pay attention. Look at the price of the product if you are selecting. If you are heavily onto the affiliate marketing, but if you are mainly onto the informational content and all that, then really it's secondary basically. That's the fifth point. Sixth one is too much focus on technical SEO. So basic SEO is always required, and I do it even to now also, like your title tags, your header tags, these kind of things. But in the earlier days, there used to be a lot of focus on technical SEO, like keyword density, keyword occurrence, exact match keywords, and then all these and schema, then silos and all that. So there is still, even today, there are a lot of people who advocate that, but I personally feel that I think it may not be really worth, considering the time that we invest onto those activities. Moreover, a lot of times what happens is, if you are outsourcing these things to a writer, if you give all these conditions, if you put all these conditions, more often than not, I observed that the content flow doesn't look natural. They try to basically fit all these keywords, density and all that. Then at the end of day, the content quality gets affected. So that's one mistake I did initially. Off late, at least from last 6 months, I'm telling my writers, forget about all these things, just write naturally. And once I get the content, if there are two less occurrences of keyword in one or two places, I basically make some changes. I anyway take care of title tag and header tag. I think that's more than good enough for now, considering how Google's algorithm or Google's artificial intelligence has been becoming more and more intelligent, because it's able to now find the intention of the article, it's able to extract the essence of the articles, it is able to relate to the alternate keywords, not necessarily the main keywords, and able to basically provide, give the best results. So considering all these things, I don't think it was a worthwhile effort, basically in the initial days, to spend so much of energy and time onto technical SEO. More than that, it affected some of the articles negatively, because there was the flow was not looking natural to accommodate all these things. This is one thing. There may be a difference of opinion on this even today. People will say that you need technical SEO, but I feel basic SEO is good enough, because I'm more of a content guy. So take it, you, depending on your interest, you can basically take any of the path. So for me, I personally now started focusing less on the technical SEO, more onto the content. That's the sixth one. Next one is not much focus on the monetization. At see, till actually I hit about a 10,000 views, I did not even bother about even enabling the AdSense, anything. I just left the site. Then afterwards, after hitting about a 15,000, 10,000 plus views only, I enabled AdSense. Then I went to Amazon affiliate. Even at that time also, I actually enabled only minimum number of links. And then after 20,000 only, I upgraded to EZOIC. So my focus was always on to the traffic and looking for the keywords and all that, but never really focused on the monetization. This is very much required starting from your design of your blog itself, because at the end of day you do all these things to make some money. So we all better focus, think about various ways of monetization. I think this is one of my weak areas even today. I'm not an expert to explore all the possible channels with respect to monetization, because a lot of people actually earn money in multiple ways once you get the traffic. Like they sell ebooks, they basically do the email campaigning, and also there is a different ways. They look for other alternate affiliate networks apart from Amazon. So there are multiple ways, and some of the people will actually go for the direct advertisement approaching some of the companies, but I am not very good in that yet. I had to learn some of those things, and there are certain limitations also being outside United States. Some of the, it's difficult also in some, for some specific affiliate networks to get into, but that's not an excuse. I personally don't think I paid enough attention towards the maximizing the monetization opportunities. Even today, I don't think I'm good at this. I had to improve this area, learn a lot of things, but this is one thing that I had not done well earlier. Now, at least now, I am able to think about the basically the monetization with respect to AdSense, EZOIC, and Amazon affiliate at the beginning itself. I didn't have even this particular this thought process about a year ago while starting the new blog. At that time, all about just publishing content, not even thinking about these basic monetization channels also. At least now, when I'm starting a blog, I'm already thinking about how soon I can make money from AdSense, EZOIC, and Amazon affiliate to start with. Sooner or later I will have to pick up the other channels as well. Okay, so that's the seventh one. And eighth point is, this is the point, I think this will be applicable to 99% of us. Please listen carefully. We all somehow don't want to spend the money in initial days of our blogging. We will find all possible reasons not to buy a theme, not to buy a plugin, not to basically go for a good hosting, not to buy a domain with all security and all that, not to pay good amount for the writers. We all want, try to see everything available for free or cheaper cost. This is going to hurt very badly. What you pay is what you get, and I am not an exception. For at least for 6 months of my blogging journey, I was always looking at how to create a website for free, how to create a blog for free. For every need, I used to look at free plugin, free theme, or low cost what is that hosting. I tried, basically before I settled with Siteground, I tried couple of hostings as well. What you pay is what you get. You will have to spend some money, if not a lot of money, in the even in the beginning stage also, if you are serious about niche blogging journey. It's okay just to learn things for maybe 3 months or 4 months. You can try out all these things, but keep that period as short as possible. Don't just live in this free world for about for months and years. You are just losing a very very valuable time. That's all what is going to happen. I'm not advising you to basically spend thousands of dollars, but minimum you need a minimum reliable hosting. Okay, you need a good domain. You need to have at least the minimum quality content. And then there are some plugins, 2 3 plugins that you need, paid plugins if required. Maybe initially it may not be required, but once you get some traffic, for example Amazon localization, Amazon one is one option, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There are a lot of inconsistencies with that. So there are plugins available to track your keywords. There are a few plugins available. Altogether, if you see it, also it won't be so much, so high amount, but somehow we most of us, including me, we are not basically in the mindset of spending the money for the blogging in initial days at least. This is one thing. I also made a mistake initial days. Now I take it very seriously. Whatever is necessary, I go and purchase. If you see it now, I have an Amazon plugin. I bought it for about $300 or so. It is there. I have a Genius link which I use for localization. Every month I pay the amount. I upgrade it to the premium hosting for a $25 per month. And then writers also, now not very low price or low quality. I'm actually going with an average or above average kind of thing. So for experimentation learning, sure, you can try it out, but keep that duration as short as possible. Then wherever it is an essential, please go and pick the tools or products that serves your purpose, though it costs little bit. Don't again compromise on all the other benefits that you may get by exploring only the free option. That's my advice. Okay, that's it. And last point, not pursue this as a business. This I'm not sure how many of you will even understand. I think at some point after, we all need to look at this as a business. This is slightly linked with the point number 8, what I said as the cost. One of the reason why we don't spend money on the cost is because we are not very sure about making money out of it. I think if you have a full conviction or belief in the niche blogging, and if you are here to seriously to make the money, then you should see it as a business. I think for first an year or so, I also did not perceive this as a business. When you perceive it as a business, then you also think about investing it. You also think about your operating costs. Then you do your calculation, what I am going to get from this, what I am spending it, is it profitable or not. But if you don't perceive it as a business, it's all about, okay, can I get all the free options? It may work, it may not work. That's okay. So can I do it only my free time? Can I actually do it as a hobby? So all these things will come. But if you consider it as a business, then discipline will be there. What I need to do every day, what I need to do every month, what I need to achieve, how much I need to spend, where I need to spend, how much I can get at the end of it, is a profit or non-profit, how soon I can get into the profits, and then what will be the rate of returns, and then when I actually sell this asset, what I am going to get over a year, what is the earnings. So all this will come into your mind when you pursue this as a business. If you are want to do if you are intended to blogging as a hobby, this is not applicable to you. But then please, world is, it's very competitive world. Unless otherwise you pick something that is very passionate for you, and if you are also okay to get a satisfaction out of it, not necessarily money, then go and pursue it. But if you are serious about making money from blogging, then please pursue it as a business from day one onwards. Think about it as a business. If you want to start a business, obviously you need some investment, some planning, some monthly expenses, and then a calculation, some kind of a process to track your progress, and some vision and all those things, roadmap, everything has to be there. All this is applicable here as well. So most of us don't do this, most of us don't perceive it. That's the reason why we don't buy the things. That's why we don't consistently publish the content or track the things. The moment you perceive it as a business, all these things fall in place. This is my advice today. when I'm starting new blog now, I'm working on a couple of new blogs to launch probably this month or next month. I'm seriously considering it as business. I have now opened up all the spreadsheets where I'm tracking bit by bit how much I'm spending for each of the activity and all those things, and what is my plan for next 2 to 3 months and all those things. Then things will automatically fall in place, and you will see the results also much faster than you do it just like a as a side hustle. Okay, so these are the 9 items, 9 points that I could think of, either my mistakes or I would have done much better. Of no regrets, all is learning. There is no better way of learning the things by experiencing it, doing it. All these things I learned in harder way by experiencing them. So it actually immensely helps me now to follow some or improve some of these things. And if any of you are serious about the about blogging, and if you think any of these things are also applicable to you, please think about it and take appropriate action. That's all for today. That's all the items that I wanted to share. So if you have any comments or any additional points from your side, please share in the comment section. I will keep try to respond as much as possible. That's about it. Hope you like the content. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.